you on an escapade. Let's go. What's up, buttercups? Happy hump day. It's hump day. Happy hump day. Day of humping. What's going on, everybody? You do realize that my avatar is illegal, right? Very illegal. It's illegal, damn it. All right. So, I think it's pretty safe to say, judging by my title and my avatar, today we're going to be focusing on the pervy fraud himself and his ridiculous cease and desist. Now, then there were those injunctions that were coming after. You guys all remember? And y'all remember not a single one ever happened either. So, yada-da. Hello to everybody. People in the chat, my mods, the watchers, the lurkers, and of course the haters too. What's up, Obama? What's going on? Nice to see you. I know you just came purely for the tunage. So you're free to go until the end of my stream where the music outro will be happening. Amanda Pollock, good to see you. Amber, I am so excited that you have blessed me with your presence. I know a certain little boy isn't feeling so hot. So let's hope it doesn't get any worse. But I'm glad you're here. Meg Cassius with his bagpipes. Cool Tide, if you want to call me TJ, JC, as I said, just don't call me late for dinner. I'm good with either or. You would not know how many times that happens, and I'm sure it happens to TJ all the time too. I just have fun. It doesn't bother me at all, actually. If I'm going to be somebody's going to mix me up with anybody on YouTube, I mean, I prefer it be, of all people, TJ would be the one. Better than calling me a pervy fraud, that's for fucking sure. Angie, babe, I see you. Elwood. Hi, honey. Hip, 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 chick. I still can't get that right. I know it doesn't really fit, but hello, Miss Roberta Moore. SM. Simcast. Quick Janet Jackson story for you. So back when that Rhythm Nation album was released in, 1987? She came to Ottawa, actually, and I saw her in concert. I had actually, front row general admission seats. And I don't know if any of the footage actually made it in, but they did. She made a big spectacle that they were filming for the Black Cat video. So I was like, hi, Life in the Red Cam. I see you sneaking in here. So everybody was all excited. Well, I'll tell you what. And I hate saying this, I was so disappointed with Janet Jackson live in concert. She sounded like shit live. The only time she sounded good was when you could tell she was lip syncing a song. Very sad and disappointing to say, but the choreography, the stage show obviously was dynamite and out of this world, but I was really disappointed when she was singing live. We'll just leave it, it was a disappointment. Yeah, have you ever seen her live, Simcast? No, that was the pre-nip slip, the nip slip on the Super Bowl with Justin Timberlake. Yeah, I was honestly, Simcast, I wouldn't lie about something like that. If somebody was great in concert, that's one thing. I mean, I understand the whole aesthetics about the stage show and the choreography and stuff, but when it comes down to it, and I mean, this is obviously just my take on the whole thing. When I go to see a concert and see a group live, I would expect them to kind of sing similar to what you would hear. I mean, I understand there's, sound engineering and so forth of all people. I get that, but this was brutal. If I didn't know it was Janet Jackson and my eyes were closed and she just started singing live, I wouldn't have known it was her. It was just, yeah. What's Michael Jackson sound like live? I bet he's probably good live. I was just watching it wasn't really a documentary. It was some video on YouTube, but it was about Michael Jackson and how he basically played with his voice. There was times, there was certain footage over the years. I honestly can't remember what it was I saw, But there was certain footage over the years where certain points where he'd be talking and like his voice would like almost be so low, like not like baritone low, but low that it almost kind of seemed like the high voice, soft voice was, I mean, he obviously knew how to pitch his voice. Michael Jackson was incredible. One of the first albums I ever got was Thriller. I remember standing in front of the TV when for our Canadian version of MTV here was called Much Music. Standing in front of the friggin' TV trying to do the goddamn Thriller dance. God. Jeez. All right, well, I guess we're getting a little, we're really getting off topic here, but fun little story. Ruby Blue, good to see ya. All right, well, so I guess before we get going, guys, because this is a study group, do you know what you have to do?
Write it down. No, get a pen and paper.
You haven't written it down. I feel sorry for you.
Right, get your pen and paper, take notes, everybody, take notes.
I can't keep telling you. I can. Take notes.
All right? Hand up if you've got a pen and paper. No, get a pen and paper. I'm fed up with telling you this every night. You need a pen and paper to make notes because afterwards we're going to go into Patreon and talk about it. Write it down. Write it down.
Right, get your pen and paper, take notes, everybody, take notes.
No, get a pen and paper.
Write this down. Get a pen and paper.
No, get a pen and paper.
Write this down. Get a pen and paper.
Write it down.
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Today I'm using a crayon and toilet paper to write it down. So, where do I start? Where do I flip and start? I'll never have my shit together, Cassius. That'll be the forever. You know what, though? I will say, I will always have although my shit may not be together, I will always have my shit more together than that fucking salty bitch. Yeah, where did he ever make use of that documentary money for a documentary? No. When I was, speaking of crayons, so the Crayola crayons, you guys might remember, like back in the 80s, they had the Crayola markers, those big fat markers. When I was in grade 7 or grade 8, there was this kid, he was like the troublemaker of middle school. I sat in the front because I talked too much, and he was in the back because he was a troublemaker. But he was like, I mean, he's actually, I've talked to him like over the years. I'm surprised, like, he actually grew up to be a very respectable dude. This was the kid that was forever getting in trouble, getting in fights, was always in detention. Like, this was the kind of kid that you thought would end up being dead, but you could always tell he likes, yeah, exactly, like in the Red Kim. I like that. That's the perfect fucking place for it. Let me find that. There we go. There's your bookshelf for when our notes are done and we've written it down. Take notes. So Kevin Asselstein was his name. So I sit in the front because I talk too much. He sits in the back because he's just a shit disturber. Well, this kid used to, with those big fat Crayola markers, so the teacher would be whatever, teaching us something, whatever subject, and you would hear like this rip of a paper, and then all of a sudden you would hear like the squeak of markers, and everybody knew in the class what was coming. So he would take about 5 or 6 of those markers in one hand, and he would like rub them on the piece of paper really, really furiously, and then he would sniff the paper. So he was sniffing Crayola markers in the back of the class while the teacher was teaching. Meanwhile, the whole class reeked like I'm sure we all got high, just like with his fumes coming off the paper. Pretty crazy. I'm sure he must have had some sort of brain damage from all that. Oh man, I don't know what. I guess just Crayolas made me think of that. All right, so before we jump into the meat and potatoes of cease and desist, lawyers' injunctions, oh my. I'd just like to bring a little attention to this.
Armchair detective, no hiding street.
Armchair detective, no hiding suit.
Armchair detective, no hiding street. One of them came forward. I think it's called Jen. I don't know if it's. She's in Canada. She swears every other word. All right. She hates my guts. Calls me a crook and a conman, a pervy fraud. One of them came forward. I think it's called Jen. I don't know if it's. She's in Canada. She swears every other word. All right. She hates my guts. Calls me a crook and a conman, a pervy fraud. She hates my guts. Calls me a crook and a conman, a pervy fraud. She hates my guts. Calls me a crook and a conman, a pervy fraud.
That's right.
I don't hate, dear. I'm Canadian.
He finally, after 4 years, admits publicly that I call him a pervy fraud, but only in the safe haven of Patreon. Oh my God, guys. Oh my Lord. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes, I think he's, you know what? I don't even think I've fucking sworn until right now in this. You know, it's funny. He didn't have a problem using my swearing to help benefit his narrative on the stream when it suited him. And you know what? Again, like Salty said, if the fucking worst thing you're gonna fucking look down on me for is having a potty mouth, I'll take it all day, every fucking day. All day, every motherfucking day. I don't hate, dear. I'm Canadian. Oh, so the consensus in the chat is we all love the smell of Play-Doh. Right on. You know, speaking of Play-Doh, I have some childhood trauma scars. I always wanted one of those Play-Doh barber shop little whatever sets, and I never got one. I just wanted to be able to make that Play-Doh come out the head and then cut it off. Nope, I was denied. So that might be why I am the way I am now. Could very well be. All right. Oops. Hang on a sec. All right, we're going to get down to business here. Yeah, she did too, eh? And that's what I mean. Like, how is that even a valid argument? You swear too much. We can't have a debate, but you had no problem getting on, you know, on Outback's panel. You know, Preach and Outback have quite the mouths at times. You know, getting on Bam's panel as well. So yeah, it's a selective offense of being offended at the language. Give me a friggin' break. Holy crap. All right, so I need to pull something up here. Oh my God. All right, well, we're going to start here. So I think it's about to be shown that Alan is an even worse poker player than I thought. I wanted to flush him out and call his bluff on these cease and desists. And he fucking folded before my stream even started, man. Give me a second while I pull something up here. Talk amongst yourselves for a sec.
And they do cartoons of me in underpants. Yeah, cartoons of me in underpants. I think it's funny. I'm a senior. I'm over 60. It's illegal.
Well, isn't that special?
And they do cartoons of me in underpants. I'm over 60. It's illegal. Everything you don't like is illegal, Alan. Now, give me a sec. I just got to share my screen here. So, I can't help but laugh so hard. So, like I just said, Alan, you really are a worse poker player than I ever fucking thought. I was calling your bluff and flushing you out on the cease and desist, and you totally fucking folded before I even started. So I'm going to return the favor of you thanking me last week. So, I mean, I guess I should say, Alan's seems to have been paying a lot of attention to what I'm doing as of lately. And I'd like to point out that I love that it was just last week, Alan, that you said I had integrity because I was honest. Subsequently, this week, because I'm holding you over the fire, you think that negates what you said because you don't like what I'm saying. Okay. So I guess I'll return the favor and thank you, Alan, for helping to clarify this cease and desist matter. So what I'm pulling up here is Alan's latest community post. Make sure you guys can see it all right. I'm going to pull up the attachment on its own after. I just wanted to show you guys what he wrote. So we'll step back for a minute. October 15th, 2021. 10 months ago, over 10 months ago, cease and desists were sent out. I've never hid the fact that I was one of those recipients. Now, I've also not hid the fact, a few streams back, maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 now, a couple weeks back, anyways, I did show the reply that I sent to Duncan Lewis on October 18th of 2021. Again, over 10 months ago. Now, I had been saying all this time that the cease and desists were fake because I never, ever received any type of response of any kind. So I kind of speculated that good old Alan was up to some sort of shenanigans and maybe used, I don't know, we'll throw in woofu.com, maybe put together a template to possibly make it appear that the cease and desist came from somewhere that they really didn't. Well, Alan is right. The cease and desist actually were sent from the law firm. They really were. And I'll prove that to you guys momentarily. So I'm going to read Alan's whatchamacallit here, his rambling nonsense. Cease and desist. AD's given the bill from lawyers, shown them and had replies. Transparency that we never get from Junior. If by chance this goes to court, the cease and desist will be followed up. That's why you have them. No doubt Junior will pay your costs. We don't spend £5,000 for no reason. This is the real world. You people incited hate. It is not fake. No, they're not actually fake. Besides Junior a little bit later, these are the only responses our solicitors received from the cease and desist. Our solicitors said it's not Our solicitors said it's not common practice for them to respond to people they have sent cease and desists to, although they make an exception for some. Guys, what that means is Alan didn't want to pay these lawyers to follow up. He's trying to make it sound all fucking fancy pants. Our solicitor said it's not common practice for them to respond to people they have sent cease and desist to. Of course, Alan, if you don't pay them, they're not going to fucking respond. Jesus Christ. Although they did make an exception for some. If there was an exception made where they did respond to those replies, that means you paid for them to respond. So, I don't know what you're trying to prove there, Alan, but it's pretty funny. So now I'm going to show you guys. Hang on a sec. Bear with me here while I got to pull up the other thing. That attachment that he had. Uno momento. I have no idea what's going on in the chat. I don't have it open at all right now. So I hope you guys are all being good. Get your shit together. Hang on, just a little second or two longer. All right, so this is actually now, hey, Self Crew Security, whoever else has come on in. I just opened up the chat here now, so who else have I missed? Dave, my Canadian buddy, is here. All right, so you guys can see this is the attachment that Alan included in that community post that I just read. Just give me a sec. I just got to get something else opened up and ready to go here. Okay, actually, before I show that, I'm going to show you the reply that I sent on. I want you guys to note the date. I know it's not big enough. Oh shit. I don't want to print. Come on. All right. So, you guys see that date of, boom, Monday, October 18th, 2021. So the cease and desist came in on October 15th. I sent my reply. So I'm going to get you guys, I'm not going to read this out because as you can, I've mostly got my voice back, but I know if I start reading everything, you guys will get a bit of a break. So I'm just going to leave that up for a couple minutes. I'll scroll down so you guys can read all of it. So just make note of there's 3 things that I'm asking him for in this cease and desist. All right, so I saw a couple people saying they were having a hard time reading it. I just dropped a link in the chat. You can pull it up and read it from there. That should make it a little bit easier for everybody. So basically, what I asked for from Alan in regards to the cease and desist that was sent to me was for three things. Number one was evidence that Alan provided to the law firm for the law firm to proceed in contacting me with this cease and desist email. Second thing I asked for was information as to how Alan gained my personal details, which are not publicly available and have never been provided to him by either myself or a representative of myself. Now, in that cease and desist, in the fourth paragraph of the cease and desist, it actually says, our client has reported your threats and violence to the police. So basically they're saying that Alan went to the police and reported my threats of, what did he say, physical violence to the police. So the third thing I requested was the investigating officer's details, including his name, rank, caller number, the police station to which he's based, the police force, and the crime reference number. And then I said, due to the severity of these claims, I politely requested you send me the requested information within 7 working days. That was over 10 months ago. 10 months ago, guys. Now, what I'm going to pull up is the attachment that Alan had to his community post. Hang on. So this is supposed to, I guess, be communication from Duncan Lewis. Well, that's why I said, Oliver, he's actually a worse poker player than I thought, because the whole point of this stream was to flush him out and call his bluff on these cease and desist, and he fucking folded before my stream even started, man. So what it says here is, please see below a brief summary of what each individual says about the allegations put to them. Well, we're only concerned about me. Oh, look, here I am, number 2. So remember, guys, the 3 things that I asked for in that cease and... Oops, wrong thing. 3 things that I asked for in my reply was evidence, period, that allowed this law firm to proceed in sending me this cease and desist. Secondly, the information as to how Alan gained my personal details, none of which are publicly available. I have never directly given Alan my personal details, nor has a representative acting on my behalf ever given Alan directly my personal details. And then again, because Alan told Duncan Lewis that he reported these imaginary threats and imaginary accusations of physical violence to the police, I want to see the officer's detail, name, rank, caller, police station, and especially the crime reference number. So, what he says here, Jennifer, that would be me. And just to be clear, yeah, my real name is Jennifer. Nobody in my whole life, I've never been called Jennifer. The only time that Jennifer exists is on like my ID, my mail, and when my mom is really pissed off at me. Other than that, I've always been known as Jen. But anyways, that's just a little fun fact. So Jennifer, so this is from his apparently communication from Duncan Lewis. Jennifer, my last name. Thanks for not doxing me, Alan. So basically, I denied all the allegations. Look, I request evidence of claims made, crime reference number and details of any police investigation, and an explanation of how my contact deals were gained. Well, I'll tell you right now, keeping along the line of, and this isn't going to be about Claire, but breaching data privacy protection, Alan, you've done the same thing. You also, Duncan Lewis, if you happen to watch this, you might want to have a chat with your client. Alan breached data privacy protection by taking my personal details that were provided to him by YouTube for the sole purpose of pending litigation against me surrounding a false copyright strike you laid on me. Needless to say, like Claire, you never followed through with the pending litigation. Oh, deja vu. So you took information that was given to you by YouTube solely for the purpose of taking me to court over copyright strikes, and you breached that data privacy protection, and you gave my details to Duncan Lewis. That's a bit of a problem for me, Alan. So that might be one reason why you didn't pay your lawyers to respond to my cease and desist. Second reason, oh, I don't know. There is no crime reference number because I've never fucking done any of that bullshit. Give me a fucking joke, or give me a fucking break. Just because you say cartoons of you in underpants are illegal, you can scream and bang on as much as you want. Doesn't make it illegal. Making parody videos, calling out your bullshit, exposing you for the conman, crook, scammer, and pervy fraud you are, is not illegal. So you can take your cease and desist and you can shove it up your fucking ass. 10 months later, yeah. So I even went as far, guys. You're going to love this. Hang on. So I even went as far as last night to email again, because I told you guys at the beginning there of the stream that for the longest time, I really believed that these cease and desists were fake because I did a reply all, never got a response. So I figured it went to some type of no reply mailbox where you don't get a bounce back. It's just a mailbox that's set up to catch emails that people never have any intentions on replying to. Well, I started doing a little testing around last night. Again, I just wanted to be clear on a few things before I did this stream today. And look at this, guys. You're going to love this. Hang on. That. Bear with me while I get my ducks in a row. Quack, quack. So I don't know. Red car. I bet he's saying red car a lot right now. Yeah, well, and that's the other thing. Exactly, Amber. Where's the evidence of these threats of physical violence? I'm on the other fucking side of the world, you moron. And I don't know what you sending me a cease and desist, that has nothing to do with any civil case that Frankie may have against you. So stop trying to muddle that shit together. A cease and desist against me has no bearing on that at all. So put that in your fucking stupid fake ass cease and desist pipe and fucking choke on it. So last night I decided, oh, what the hell? Let's go ahead and let's reply one last time 10 months later. Well, you're never going to guess what happened. So I went from not getting any type of reply whatsoever of any kind to immediately getting 2 replies immediately upon me sending the cease and desist, sending my reply to the cease and desist. So I don't know why. Somehow in me sending it, I turned some of the body to purple. But look at this. Your caseworker, Georgina Reed Lloyd, doesn't work there anymore, Alan. I got to bounce back. Let me see. I hope you guys can see that. Let me try to make it bigger. You see that? So right away, you can see the time here. Hang on. So you can see the date. Okay. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. The fuck? Oops. No, I want to go smaller. All right, there we go. So here. Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022. That was last night. And looky, look what came back. Right away. Tuesday, August 23rd, 10:56. Delivery has failed to these recipients or groups. Georgina Reed Lloyd. Email is undelivered. Your intended recipient no longer works for Duncan Lewis. Did you know your caseworker is no longer your caseworker anymore, Alan? Oh my God. So wait, guys, it gets better. Remember I said I went from my first reply to getting no response to last night getting 2 responses right away. So in case you missed that in the back, Alan, I know you're dyslexic and you don't understand things selectively. Oh my God. So when I did it, I'll be Jesus. Oh my God. I'm having far too much fun with this, but you get what you pay for, Alan. So I got a response. Delivery has failed to these recipients or groups. Georgina Reed Lloyd, who was the caseworker that actually emailed the cease and desist out. I believe the other 2 are like higher management, so it's probably protocol. It's business protocol to include them in every email, and they probably have a rule. They never even see these emails. They just go into some other box kind of thing. But Georgina, who's not Alan's caseworker anymore, this might be the first time he's hearing this, depending on how in contact with Duncan Lewis he is. Delivery has failed to the recipients or groups. Georgina Reed Lloyd, emails undelivered. Your intended recipient no longer works for Duncan Lewis. Oh, that's where we need the Price is Right theme. The horn, the losing horn. Okay, so get ready. Here's the next one. Write it down, because we're going to go into Patreon and we're going to talk more about it later. Boom. So here's the second response that I got right away. This one's actually not quite as funny, but it's still pretty funny. Just the fact that I went from... So this is where I think the other 2, Kawante S and Sabashni S, they're higher up management. So as I said, they just have protocol that any and all emails automatically they have to be CC'd on. But Sabashni... hang on. So again, let's look at the time, everyone. Tuesday, August 23rd, 10:56. So this is an automatic vacation response. Thank you for your email. I'm on annual leave until the 24th of August. Oh, that's today, Alan. if your email is urgent, please contact. Well, he was CC'd anyways, like he was one of the email addresses on the reply all. So, yeah, she didn't get back to me either. So, you know, I think it's so funny, Alan, that... Hang on. Stop sharing that for a second. What I think is so funny is this right here. Give me a sec. You guys see the date? So this communication. So remember, I sent my reply on October 18th. They sent the cease and desist out on October 15th. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The other people that are in that. I'm only talking about me. I sent my reply on the 18th. And apparently, if this communication is even real, it's Alan. So who knows? But regardless of the fact, do you see the date on that communication? He's justifying. So he thinks he's justifying and defending his position when it just proves 10 fucking months ago, he dropped the whole thing in regards to me. Here, where's that crime reference number, Alan? How come you took my personal details and breached data protection? You took my details that were given to you by YouTube for the sole purpose to start litigation against me for a false copyright strike, never mind, which it was. You pulled a Claire and didn't do anything, and I got my fucking... I know you just did it purposely to get my details, email address and so forth. So that's a whole thing you might want to... You're going to have to explain to Duncan Lewis why you breached data privacy protection and took my information that was given to you by YouTube for one sole purpose, and you broke that privacy and you gave it to your lawyers to send me a cease and desist. Yeah, that cancels out right there your whole fucking piece of shit cease and desist. So again, take your fucking fake ass cease and desist, as it has been for the last 10 months, and shove it up your fucking ass, Alan. You have to come to Canada if you're going to sue me anyway. So, yeah. And again, I want the evidence that I've incited physical violence. I want the crime reference number, because you've gone to the UK police and there is a ongoing active criminal investigation into me, Alan. I want all that information. Oh, right. You could have done that 10 months ago, but the fact that you're using this right here in your community post, all it does is make him think he's justifying defending his position on these cease and desists, when, guys, all it does is prove he dropped the whole thing fucking 10 months ago. 10 fucking months ago, guys. So how about you put that in your pipe and fucking smoke it, Alan? Showing a communication from 10 months ago and trying to use that as a valid argument and defense in his position. But again, Alan, all it did was prove that you dropped the whole thing against me 10 months ago.
We're not fools here, Armchair Detective. Or Team Malone. We're not fools.
I don't know. I kind of have to question that. Long story short, oh my God, Amber, I think you're a figment of my imagination. You must be a mirage. I'm not used to seeing you. Long story short, he paid for them for those cease and desist emails, and that's it. They're not his lawyers of any kind. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And again, I don't know what he spent, though, whatever it was, $2,000, $4,000, $5,000 that he put up in a stupid screenshot, because it sure as hell wasn't me, and it wasn't any of the other 3 or 4 people that were on that list either. So, I mean, I don't even want to get into that nonsense. That's got nothing to do with me, but still, it just, it just continues to show the shady side of the filthy sponge. Is that the Fundley? Oh God, that was long ago gone. Long ago gone. I think there were 2 bills, wasn't there? I seem to recall fucking Bubbles put one up. I mean, I have the like screenshots and shit somewhere in the video, but I don't feel like digging it up right now. I seem to recall Bubbles back when they did send them out. Didn't she try to pass off some sort of a receipt, but it was in American dollars? And then I could be wrong. Definitely tell me like in the chat if I am wrong, but I seem to recall then he showed one receipt. For some reason I think it was like 2000. Hang on guys. Now that's going to bother me. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Actually, while I look for that, well, yeah, there's that too. I mean, we could segue off this with, oh my God, debates and conversations that could go on for probably months, if not fucking years. But you know how Alan likes to say.
You know who wants the money, don't you?
We're not doing this for money.
I'm doing the what's case. I'm not making money.
We're not doing this for money or anything. We're showing you what's going on in Wisconsin. If you're not interested, just go away. Doing this for love. We're not doing this for money. Doing this for love.
And they do cartoons of me in underpants. Yeah, cartoons of me in underpants. I think it's funny. I'm a senior. I'm over 60. It's illegal.
You know, Alan, instead of worrying about a fucking cease and desist that you dropped 10 months ago by not paying your lawyers to respond to me because you know that you don't have a fucking leg to stand on, even though both your knees are apparently bad anyways, but even if they were, you don't have a fucking leg to stand on, Alan. Making videos debunking and calling out your bullshit is not cease and desist worthy. You can't sue me for that shit. It's called free speech, Alan. You know how you the free speech you bang on about always being denied? Oh my God. Oh, I lost my train of thought now. Yeah, there were questions, Amber, about why it was in American dollars. That's what it was, Obama. Thank you. Aboma. Jesus. Sorry. Yeah, Alan, instead of worrying about a cease and desist that you didn't want to pay for 10 months ago, and obviously because you don't have a crime reference number, because you didn't go to the police and there is no ongoing criminal investigation in my physical violence that I never threatened you with. Never mind the fact that you breached my privacy protection and you took personal details given to you by YouTube and used them for a completely different purpose. That's a no-no, Alan, especially in the UK. And again, you did it globally. So, yeah, that negates any fucking piece of shit cease and desist. But where's the hardcover books that people, the autographed books that people are still waiting over a year for? Where are those, Alan? Where's the fucking documentary? You pocketed all that money. Hey, where's all that stuff? Never answer any of those questions. Hey, no, you're too worried about trying to say, yeah, you're right, the cease and desist were not fake. All the rest of your bullshit surrounding it is. But where's this documentary you promised? Where's the autographed books? Can you fucking believe people a year later, this is over a year since that stupid book that he says was stopped, very clearly was not stopped because he self-published and again didn't lose any money. Doesn't cost anything to self-fucking publish. Another lie. Where's the hardcover autograph books, Alan? Where's the documentary with the real Hollywood actors and the real Hollywood director? These are the questions, and this is where you should be focusing your attention, Alan. Not on a girl who swears every other word that lives in Canada that calls you out on your bullshit. And again, might I remind you, you actually said last week you appreciate the channels that call you out, but don't try to hide and lie like others do. So again, just because you don't like what you're hearing this week because it's about calling you out doesn't negate what you said last week. Yeah, Amber, I didn't think a book could be any worse than Cheryl and Copycat Cato. Dun, dun, dun. And then there's AD. So, after 10 long months, and Alan getting according to him, communication from his very own consultation that he had with these lawyers, they communicated with him that I did respond. What I responded with was denial, severe and extreme denial of every fucking stupid allegation you made. And I wanted evidence of these ridiculous, outright, outlandish and ridiculous allegations that you made. How you obtained my personal details, because they are not available publicly. They were never provided to you by myself directly or any representative of myself. So that's a big problem. That right there alone cancels out this fucking cease and desist. And number 3, all the information surrounding the UK investigation into me that you told the law firm in your consultation that you went to the police about. So police officers' rank, caller number, station, the crime reference number. I'll tell you what, Alan, I'll see your crime reference number and I'll show you the crime reference number I have from Weston Avon, Somerset, when I spoke with them regarding some of your shenanigans a couple, maybe a year or so back. At least the one I have is real. That's right, it's real. So this is what has happened to me since I got a cease and desist on October 15th, replied to it twice. First reply on October 18th, and just for shits and giggles, gave a reply last night. After 10 long months, Alan has used communication, has put up a community post showing supposed communication from these lawyers he had a consultation with, thinking he's just that. Sorry, this communication came from the lawyers the day after my reply to them. So October 19th, 2021, Alan is using this as justification and as a defense in his position when all it does is prove that 10 months ago, he dropped the whole thing. This is what it sounds like this last 10 months. I hope you guys are writing it all down. I thought it all got pulled because of her, I don't know, Cheryl and Copycat Catling, the whole plagiarism thing. Yeah, it sounds like somebody else. Yeah, well, this girl might swear every other word. I don't bow to threats and intimidation. If anything, I'll come back at you 10 fucking 100 times as hard. So how'd that work out for you, Alan? Now you just, as I said, I can't help but continuing to say, you are absolutely a worse poker player than I ever even thought. My point of this stream was to flush you out and call your bluff on the cease and desist where I was concerned, and you fucking folded even before I started my stream. Hi, Terry Ann. How are you, darling? Welcome. Nice to see you. Everybody say hi to Terry Ann. Terry Ann's in the house. Jojo Madre has arrived. Fern, I see you too. Oh, that's right. She did a second book, didn't she? Yes, you're right, Fern. I forgot about it. That was still a pile of crap, too. Elwood. It has been over a year. You know what? I think give me a he He bought himself like a cheap ass dollar store fucking Oscar. I've used that in a couple of my videos, actually. Hang on for a second. Oh God! Oh, can I have some bleach for my eyes, please? Bleach for my eyes. Exactly. And that's the worst part is, and again, I can't help but laugh. What was the total? And again, I mean, it's Alan, so you got to take everything he says with a grain of salt. But you got to remember, even all liars, every once in a while, do tell the truth. They paid a ghostwriter. For some reason, $1,200 seems to stick out in my mind. $1,200 to write something that a 5-year-old could have written even better. Proud of it. Proud of it. Oh, I knew that was going to happen, bugger. Hang on a sec here. Hold on. I might drop off for a sec, but I'll be back. They paid a ghostwriter. Well, again, I mean, it's Alan, so a memo. A Post-it note is even bigger. How are you, Suzanne? Okay, excuse me. I'm trying to open something here. And of course, if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. So while I'm trying to do that, I'm going to bore you guys to tears with my lovely video. I put it out this morning. So this is actually, I noticed a couple comments and I haven't had a chance to get to them to really respond to any because I was getting ready for this stream. But I noticed a couple people. I'm not sure if there's confusion. These clips of him are not from Patreon last night. This is actually from his YouTube stream. So not that that's a huge do or die thing, but I just wanted to clear up. Oliver, I think you might have thought it was Patreon. It was one of the comments you said. So I didn't want you to be confused. This little temper tantrum of his was purely on display for YouTube. Beep, beep.
It's obvious, isn't it? A best boyfriend, a best girlfriend, and she phones the president of the firm they work for. 4 days later, she phones him again. Not Sunburst Control, it's directly to him. How would she know him? She wouldn't. She's phoning him for a job. And they're all interconnected, and she gets the job on the recommendation of Jim, his head field coordinator, who recommends her as a brilliant person. Probably doesn't know nothing about what's case. Nothing. When do you get to talk to presidents of corporations? Only for a job. And she's already got her two best friends working there, right?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
So that is my proof of where NK is today. Because lost my place.
Poor Pam's gonna get it here.
I do ba do ba do, I do ba do ba do ba do, I do ba do ba do.
I lost my place because of all that's going on. I really don't like this when I get these interruptions. Now I've lost the whole damn place. Really, really don't interrupt me when I'm in the middle of my stuff.
Now you know something.
Really, really don't interrupt me when I'm in the middle of my stuff. I'm going to have to find the whole thing again. Right, what's going on in the background, and I don't like it being in the background because I'm trying to work here, Pam. I'm going to have to look up everything now. Excuse me while I actually take a break mentally because I'm really annoyed.
Party pooper Pam! It's all your fault, Pam. We had Debbie Downer, now we have Party pooper Pam.
Because I was in the middle of an operation and I'm getting texts and I'm getting this and I'm getting that. Right, deep breath. The saga is Jim, this Jim Hammond guy, who's the boss of Sunburst Consulting, was rung I've lost my place now. Guys, please don't do this to me again when I'm live because it's really annoying. I'm dyslexic and this has really blown a fuse.
You guys see the smirk on his face? Fucker.
So, I've got to find the video I was showing. And it's going to take me a while, so I need to calm down at the same time. So, let's have some meditation, shall we? I've got to go back into my Patreon, which takes time. So, bear with me a second. I'll be right in a minute. When I find it, I'll be all right. But I've got to find out where I was on the last show we were doing. I'm sorry. First of all, I want to apologise to Pam. And I admire her tenacity of taking me on in the middle of a live. And I appreciate she's a dog with a bone, and I get it. But the trouble is, I'm trying to work. And all this should have been done by email off screen, not while I'm working on screen. And if I can ask you subs in the future, if you have something to say, email it to Chicken. Because this has really blown the show wide, backwards to front. Because of people talking to me in chat when I'm trying to work. And then that filters through to the chat group. And now I ended up losing my film, which I've had to redo. I've got it back now.
You didn't have to redo anything. You just had to find it.
Set this up in a minute. 1 second. I'm nearly there. Deep breaths. I have I suffer from anxiety and heart rates. This is not good. Don't do this to me again, please. Not when I'm live. When you're live, you don't see people take phone calls in the newsroom, do you? From people saying stuff.
That's a wrap. What did you learn from that? You can't trust second-hand information from a peddler of lies.
Well, where do we start with that? If you have something to say, email Chicken. Well, doesn't that sound professional in its own right? If you have something to say, email Chicken or Kaka. He's doing work. Here's an idea, Alan. How about you just shut all your fucking tabs and just keep your StreamYard and what you need open? Giving shit to people for doing what they're supposed to be doing in a live chat. What the hell? He has anxiety and heart rates. I think it might have been gas. And blood pressure, too. Yep. I'm not sure who Pam is. I just kind of dropped. It just happened to. I laughed. I just happened to drop it in when he was going through that temper tantrum. So it was near the beginning of his YouTube stream last night. Do it through email. Well, you didn't even have to address her at all. You're the one that made a whole big ordeal out of it, doing work. And again, he does one day, he says, look at these sausage fingers. They've never done a day's work in their life. The next day, because he's pissed off because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing and he's all confused and discombobulated, blames Party Pooper Pam for fucking ruining everything when it's the fact that he's the dumbass. Maybe if you just did your own show and didn't get everybody to do all your work, maybe you'd have a fucking clue. God damn. Imagine saying exactly. Yeah, giving shit to people for doing what they're supposed to be doing in a live chat. Hey Telsa, how dare you chat in the live chat? Maybe he was angry because it wasn't NK hating. Biggest dickus, yeah, exactly. Yes, email Chicken, who is supposed to be seriously ill. Can't get a hold of Chicken, then send it to Kaka. His chat is not for chatting. Apparently his chat is just for sending him all your fucking money. That's all he wants in his chat. And his chat is used to spam all his million links. He doesn't make a penny on YouTube. He just uses fucking YouTube. And again, everybody, something else I would like to dispel, Party Pooper Pam. Yep, first we had Debbie Downer. Now we have Party Pooper Pam. Fucking treat a subscriber like shit for asking a question. I bet Pam's blocked and deleted. You see how he's all like, you know, what you're saying, she's like coming, I give her tenacity. No, you don't. You fucking hate it every fucking minute of it. And again, you don't lie very well. Your poker face is shit. And again, you're a worse poker player than I ever imagined. Trying to flush you out and call your bluff about the cease and desist, and you folded before the stream started. I can't. That's just so fucking funny. Funny. Isn't it Aussie Jen? I think it's Aussie Jen. Is there an Aussie Pam too? I don't know. There could be. I mean, 4 chicken breast accomplices. Which one of the 4 chicken breasts do we email? Oh, God. Oh, God. That's the last rabbit hole you want to go down. Is it Talisa or Talisa? I apologize if I'm mispronounced it wrong both ways. My apologies. I'm really high, so I don't see stuff properly. No, seriously. That is a rabbit hole. Once you open your eyes and you see the fuckery around him, you can never unsee it, and it just gets sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It gets worse and worse. I'm laughing at Amber's comment. Email Chicken or shit, leave them alone. How's that for a credible professional metadata expert? So let's put poor Pam. Yeah, Pam, we're not making fun of you individually. We're taking the piss out of Alan for treating you like a piece of shit. It was completely uncalled for, unnecessary. That is the absolute textbook example of how you do not treat your subscribers. Now, Amber, you're killing me here. You're killing me. So, taking Amber's very insightful comment, email Chicken or shit, or leave him alone, though. Let's put this a little more into perspective when I'm not sure. Is there an Irish Pam? I haven't seen Canadian Pam yet, so I don't think it's her. So just keep that comment that Amber had in mind, and let's now get into our DeLorean, and we're going to go back in time to the release of his book that was stopped, depending on the day and the story he's trying to tell. Remember, the family stopped his book. The trolls and haters stopped his book. Funny, you can still get that piece of shit on Amazon because you self-published. Let's step back and remember what happened on the day of the book release.
Sometimes when you're in the middle of something, you don't quite grasp the enormity of it until someone goes like this. AD. AD. I'd like to thank everyone in the world for this honor. Yeah, it's real. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's real. It's real. Oh, Turkey Pam Ham. He actually literally did that the night that his book, he was so excited. How'd that one work out for you? Oh, yes. And don't forget, guys, join Patreon now. It's the end of month scamathon, and it is in full effect.
Now we're going into Patreon to discuss it more fully where we can talk freer, okay? Get off YouTube. Join Patreon. If you want to join Patreon, the link's below. If you think the same way as us, you have to join Patreon. YouTube is not a safe place for anybody who doesn't believe what's acted alone.
Patreon. You need to join Patreon now.
YouTube is not a safe place. YouTube is not a safe place. If you want to join Patreon, the link's below.
Patreon. You need to join Patreon now.
Get off YouTube. Join Patreon.
You need to join Patreon now.
Join Patreon now. So it's the last weekend before, I can't believe it's the last weekend of August already. Holy crap. Where has summer gone, man? Well, all I can say is at least we weren't in a lockdown situation this summer. We're slowly getting there. But yeah, it's the last weekend of August. So Patreon end of month scamathon is in full effect. Pay for the full month of August this weekend. And then guess what? You get to pay for the full month of September again the very next day. All right. Bang for your buck, folks. Bang for your buck. Just remember.
We're not fools here at Armchair Detective. A team alone. We're not fools.
Bang, stalker. Oh my God. How fucking insane. Pam's gonna get a cease and desist. Who just said that? Where the fuck did that go? Where did that go? I just saw that. Damn it, where did that go? It's a bargain if you have one brain cell. Where did that go? You worded yourself, dumbass. Oh, I can't find it now. That was awesome. Will the real Pam please stand up? It's Spam Pam. Whoever said Pam's gonna get a cease and desist, that's fucking aces. Will the Canadian Pam please stand up? I don't think there is a Canadian Pam. I haven't seen a Canadian Pam. Us Canadian, there'd be no Canadian Pam in that chat. Although that Diggler dude, or I'm pretty sure it's a guy. That Diggler is Canadian, so that's kind of embarrassing. Hey, Sally, how are you? Yeah, it's illegal. Was it Sally Lovejoy's comment? Well, how do I see her and say hi, but not her flipping comment? All right, I'm on a mission, guys. French fam. not to be confused with Nicaraguan Pam. And then we have Guatemalan Pam. There's also Tasmanian Pam, Egyptian Pam, Russian Pam, and Icelandic Pam, who happens to know Bjork. So that's the Pam you want to know. There it is! There's an armchair detective who works with a chicken and shit. Yeah, exactly. Well, seeing as my lovely Sunray and her ever always sexy leg is here, this calls for, I guess, a little celebration of shorts. Not really, but I think that just means it's time for 80s return of the cartoon underpants. It's illegal.
This bandwagon's got a hand. It's like they draw cartoons of you, they make you look bad in a photograph, they humiliate you, take pleasure in humiliating you. And they do cartoons of me in underpants. Yeah. Cartoons of me
in underpants.
I think it's funny.
I'm over 60. It's illegal.
Now look at these supporters. Look, see that person on the screen, right?
Sunray!
Yeah. He looks at the script on the ceiling a few times. I don't read the script on the ceiling. And look what he's done. That's a drawing of me, some fat bloke with extra big glasses and pants on, right? This is my life.
And they do cartoons of me in underpants. Yeah, cartoons of me in underpants. I think it's funny. I'm a senior. I'm over 60. It's illegal.
Now look at these supporters. Look, see that person on the screen, right? Sunray. Yeah, he looks at the script on the ceiling a few times. I don't read the script on the ceiling. And look what he's done. That's a drawing of me, some fat bloke with extra big glasses and pants on, right? This is my life. Right, I want to swear now. Red car, red car, red car.
And I don't believe in the red car. How'd you like this? Red car. That's the word you don't want to hear, isn't it? Red car. Red car. Red car. Friggin' red car was there. Red car. Red car. Red car. Red car. Red car. Friggin' red car was there. Red car. Red car. Red car. Means Chris didn't act alone.
Right, I want to swear now. Red car, red car, red car. You fucking liar. You absolute liar.
Say what?
You fucking liar. You absolute liar.
Well, isn't that special?
If you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory.
Just some wise words for you, Alan. Hey, Georgia girl. It wasn't me that said the F word either. It was the pervy fraud. He was big mad too. You fucking liar. Big mad. Big mad Alan. He's also going to be even more big mad at me because I called out his fucking bluff on his bullshit cease and desist. Remember, I'm going to put it back up again, guys, for those that weren't here. Uno momento, guys. It's illegal. Just like the gang stalking. Oh! Speaking of stalking, you know, you kind of lose all credibility. And again, you lose a valid argument calling someone else out for stalking you when you're stalking NK and have been for 4 years. So you kind of lose that fight too. That fucking thumbnail that you used the other day, Alan, was that supposed to be NK? Because that was fucking pathetic. Not even remotely did it look like her. It's like you're not even trying anymore. You're really not. Yeah, the ones that are not legal. Everything is illegal to him if it is something he doesn't like, portrays him in a bad light, or calls him out for the scamming conman crook that he is. Yeah, what's illegal is the fact that you've taken all that money, Alan, that was donated by your subs for the production of a documentary. People paid for hardcover autograph books that obviously we knew 10, 12 months ago were never coming, but they still, not only have they not received them, but kind of like other people that roam these YouTube streets, never explain themselves, never own up, never even speak up about it. Just continue. If I don't pay attention to it, then that means it doesn't exist. No, it still exists, Alan. Where's that like $7,000, $7,500 that your subs donated to you between the book donations and the documentary donations? You didn't have to pay to publish your book that you say the family stopped. How can the family have stopped a book when it was actually published and it's on Amazon? And again, you didn't lose any money with publishing because A, Wasteland Press, you even have it in your own funding that he gave you your money back. So again, you're lying there that you lost money to a publisher. In your own words, Alan, on your Fundly page, you say that he returned your money. So you can F off with that bullshit claim. Secondly, where is the money that was donated for the books and for the documentary? Hollywood actors, big Hollywood production, they were lining up. Oh, right. Then you said that because it's part of the cover-up, covering up the cover-up of a cover-up, that nobody in Hollywood could touch it. Kind of like you found the shadow by the truck, but everybody was in a safe house. Walking, talking, contradiction. He lost credibility 4 years ago. Ponytails beware, yeah. Exactly. I always say that, Adam. Every time he says Texas, I'm like, it's not a U.S. state. It's pluralized texts, not Texas. Every time he says that, I'm glad I'm not alone. Thank you very much, Adam, so much. Every time I literally out loud when he says, well, they sent me some Texas, I'm like, it's not a goddamn state. It's not a state. It's pluralized texts. It's not Texas. It's not the U.S. state, Alan. It's not Texas. It's texts. Pluralized. Text with an S. Texts. Say it with me, Alan. Texts. Not Texas. Texts. Get your shit together. Seriously. God, that's funny. Yeah. That he didn't have. Well, that's actually, I said that earlier. It's funny because he's trying to, so last week, what was the word? Oh, fuck, what was the word that he used? I had integrity last week because I was honest. And of course, I mean, anybody that knows me, obviously I'm not working with AD, and those that are trying to spin that bullshit, whatever. It's such utter ridiculousness. And anybody who says that is just continuing to try to stir the shit. I would never fucking... He even says in Patreon, I hate his fucking guts. Only admitted in Patreon, I call him a pervy fraud and I hate his guts, but still admitted it. But yeah, so last week, he publicly, says, thanks me for having integrity and being honest, unlike other truth channels, according to him, that are trying everything to hide and, do whatever they're doing to get away with whatever he thinks they're doing. But this week, because I'm calling him out and I'm holding his fucking shriveled purple ball sack, balls to the fucking fire, now all of a sudden, everything he said last week is negated because he doesn't like what I'm saying. So I'm going to pull back up the... am I educating? I don't think I'm teaching him anything. He's too busy trying to figure out how he's going to fucking finagle himself out of this one. Once again, Alan, actually, let me get it up here before I publicly thank you. I'm just going to return the thanking favor. Texas. That made my fucking day. I literally do and always have. It drives me nuts, actually, when anybody says that. It's not a U.S. state, people. Texts is not Texas. Texas, Texas. Say it with me, Alan. Texas is a state in the United States. Texts are what you send from your cell phone. Oh, my God. What the fuck was I doing? Yeah, but he thinks he knows better. I see what you're saying, Georgia Girl, but he thinks he knows better and is smarter than everyone anyway, so he's not going to fucking listen to me. Maybe he'll thank me. Maybe he'll actually say text and thank me again. There's nothing wrong with criticism, Alan. It's too bad you don't know how to take it. Sounds like somebody else I know, too, but that's not what we're here for today. What the hell? Oh, yeah, I was pulling up that thing. So those that have kind of just joined in and missed the beginning, obviously the replay will be there, but just to sum things up in a nutshell. So last October 15th, there was a big flurry amongst the community when cease and desists were sent out. I never was quiet about the fact that I was one of those receiving ones. I never showed anything about it, what I had done, the replies or anything until recently. Partly because I sort of had forgotten about it because there's so much other shit going on. So when I got that cease and desist last October 15, 2021, might I remind everybody that was over 10 months ago, going into the 11th month now. I replied on October 18th. Bear with me for un momento, folks. I'm getting something for y'all. I promise it's all for you guys. I'm not just screwing around over here. Yeah, I'm getting high. Because that's what I am. Big, fat, angry stoner. So I know some people had a hard time seeing it when I had it on the screen earlier. So I'm going to drop this link that I'm going to drop in the chat is to the reply of the cease and desist that I sent. That's right. He is the smartest person he knows. He doesn't know shit from Shinola. So there you go. You guys can pull it up and have a look if you want. Long story short, I sent my reply on Monday, October 18th, and I requested 3 things in my reply. The first one being evidence that Alan provided to the law firm in order for the law firm to proceed in contacting me with the cease and desist. The second thing that I requested was the information as to how Alan gained my personal details, none of which are publicly available, and I most certainly have never directly given Alan any of my personal information. Why the fuck would I? Nor has any representative of myself directly provided Alan any of my personal details. The third thing that I asked for in my cease and desist reply was one of the paragraphs that were outlined in the cease and desist that I received said verbatim, "Our client has reported your threats and violence to the police." This was in the cease and desist because apparently I've been accused. I mean, they were very serious allegations. The claims, I mean, they were just absolutely, I mean, they were malicious. They absolutely were. I mean, just absolutely false. The severity of the claims was just unbelievable. So again, in the cease and desist, the fourth paragraph said, "Our client," being Alan, "has reported apparently my threats and violence to the police." I'm a stoner in Canada, for fuck's sakes. Just from the aesthetic perspective, like, give me a break. But anyway, so what I requested, because of that fourth paragraph saying Alan had reported my imaginary threats and my imaginary physical, inciting of physical violence, mental, whatever the fuck he's trying to spin to the police, I requested the investigating officer's rank, his name, his rank, his caller number, the police station, and of course, the crime reference number that Alan would have gotten had he gone to the police. So I sent that reply on October 18th. According to Alan and his earlier community post today, I don't need to call the cops for nothing, Oliver. There's nothing. There's nothing. And that's why he didn't do anything 10 months ago and hasn't followed up on it, because he can't. Everything that he did was deceptive. He's broken, again, I'm fucking so sick in saying the word breaching of data privacy, but he's done it as well. You know, you're right there calling out fucking Claire. Who the fuck are you, Alan? On a very serious note for a minute, who the fuck are you to call out fucking Claire for breaching the portal? And that is a whole multiple massive breach on its own. But where the fuck do you get off calling out Claire when your fucking hands are just as fucking filthy? You were given my personal details because you submitted a false copyright strike. You guys all remember around the time, it was before obviously the cease and desist came out, but I think it was August, right around when it was when his book actually released. Well, book, I use that term loosely. When his Post-it note release, a whole whack load of us, Grim Reaper, I did, I think TJ Martin may have. There was a crap load of us that Bubbles went in hard and struck all of us. They were all false copyright strikes. The reason they did that was to get everybody's details so they could send them these fucking cease and desist. So what Alan has done, and this cancels out the whole cease and desist, because he obtained my private information by deception and gave it to that law firm. He was given my personal details by YouTube in order for him to pursue legal litigation against me, regarding the copyright strikes. Just like Claire, he didn't have a case, they were false, and obviously didn't follow through. But what he's done is he's taken my personal details that were given to him by YouTube for the sole purpose of pursuing litigation against me for the copyright stuff with YouTube. He took those details and he gave them to Duncan Lewis so they could send a cease and desist. That's a big fucking no-no. So that alone, that cancels out your fucking cease and desist. That's obtaining information by fucking deception. Not to mention, yeah, you guys in your UK privacy laws over there, don't worry, Alan, I'm going to be following up on that, eh? You're not free and clear from that one. Thirdly, he doesn't have a fucking crime reference number. Have you guys in any of my videos ever seen me threaten or incite violence? Yep, she did. I have a video. You know what? Hang on a sec. Fuck, I remember that. You're right, Elwood. Let's step back for a second. It was just a quick video. But anyway, so I want to just show this. So I should finish what I'm doing first before I'm moving along. So this is the attachment that Alan has attached to his community post from earlier today. This is supposed to be communication from Duncan Lewis. See the date on this? Oh, by the way, if you guys missed, Georgina doesn't even work at Duncan Lewis anymore. That's just a side note. So this communication came the day after I sent my reply. So October 19th, again, over 10 months ago. Now, I'm only concerned about myself here. There I am. Number 2. That's me. Denied. So I denied, obviously, all of the fucking bullshit that he accused me of. And again, this is what they say. I've requested evidence of claims made. So you need to give evidence to your lawyers, even though it was only a consultation you had, of these malicious claims you've made, Alan. That's another reason why you dropped it. Second thing I asked for, like I said in my reply, the crime reference numbers and the details of any police investigation that you, Alan, told Duncan Lewis that you had gone to the police about already. Might I remind you, Alan, 4th paragraph, our client has reported your threats and violence to the police. And then number 3, bringing it back to an explanation of why you breached my privacy, Alan. So that was 10 months ago that I replied. And what I find funny is that community post that he put up that I just showed with the attachment of that communication from October 19, 2021. For some reason in his pea-brain mind, he seemed to think he was justifying and defending his position when all it did was actually prove that 10 months ago, he dropped the whole fucking thing. Wah, wah, wah. That's right. Hang on a sec there, guys. Oh, no wonder I can't see chat. Hey, red rum, true crime. Red rum, red rum, red rum. Red rum. Just talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Hola, Foxy in the boxy. All right. Yeah, imagine that, eh? Trying to accuse the fucking stoner in Canada of inciting violence. Huh? Well, and remember then he tried backtracking? Well, I meant mental. Jeez, it didn't say mental, it said violence, you motherfucker. Asshole. All right, I'm just grabbing something here. Escapade, we'll have a good time. Leave your worries behind. Where you could be now. Oh, here it is. Un momento, guys. All right, I'm just trying to quickly upload the, remind everybody of the, hi, Alabella, you made it. Yeah, I could. Yeah, but we're not going to talk about what I'm going to do in regards to these very, very serious breaches that Alan, you know, what are you doing taking private information that was given to you for a sole purpose from YouTube and running it across to lawyers to try to fucking threaten me with a cease and desist full of bullshit? Get the fuck out of here, you pervy fucking fraud. I bet you're not thanking me anymore. Hang on, guys. I'm just trying to upload the Bubbles Threatens All of YouTube with cease and desist. It's just a short. It was only like a 3-minute video, but I think we need that reminder. Ellabella, Lady Witch Bitch. I don't know if I said hi to you. I'm really sorry if I didn't. Exactly. Do you remember though how he backtracked? It was all violence, violence, violence. You're like, what the fuck when you hear violence? I mean, obviously the first thing to me that pops when you hear violence is physical violence. Well, I meant mental. Yeah, say what you mean, fuck. And why the hell? You know, actually, here's something else I wanted to, just as a side note, I thought was very fucking funny. All right, so just to show you again, you get what you pay for, I guess, side of things here. Ooh, whoa, no, we want to go the other way. Oh. Oh. All right, so here, so I have my name set with this email address, first name genetic, last name code. Dear Sirs. Okay. First of all, the email address that's associated with this account has never been given out anywhere except to YouTube, but it is a female name. So I don't know why that says Dear Sirs. I'll be the first to admit, when I wear a ball cap, I've been mistaken for a dude at times, but really? But even better. So now we're going to move along. So this email address actually is it's not Jennifer, but it's actually like a female name. Dear Sirs, the firm acts for Mr. Alan Vinicombe. We attached the letter of today's date. So you saw that Friday, October 15th. Georgina Reed Lloyd, who no longer works at... Do you know your caseworker doesn't work there anymore, by the way, Alan? Or was this information that I told you about? So let's go back. Dear Sirs, right? That has an email address with a female name in it. That's not Jennifer. And then down here is my attachment, my first name and my last name of my cease and desist. How about paying attention to details? That's your law firm acting in that regard. Mental violence. Yep. That was after he only said that after he got called out big and bad for that. That's the only reason. All right, hang on a sec there, kids. I just got to find roads. All right. Oh, perfect. All right, hang on, guys. Hang on. Do. All right, I'm just waiting for the video to upload here in StreamYard. So, bear in mind, this video I put out, so the cease and desists came out, they were sent out on October 15th. I put this video out on the 16th. So that means either this stream was on October 15th or it was the night of the 16th and I put the video out. I think it might have been the 16th. Anyways, so point is it literally was the day after the cease and desist were sent. So this was my October 16th video. Bubbles threatens all of YouTube with cease and desist.
The next thing I want to bring up is this list right here. I'm keeping it over on this side for a reason. Okay, so seeing as you think we've sent all the letters out, now what we've done is, because you are the creators, yes, these people that are under you, your subs that make all of the more serious accusations, defamatory comments, threats. So I've started the list. And I do believe AD will recognize this first one right off the bat, and her name is Carol. Last name starts with a C. These people also have sent me personal emails to my Bubbles Marie account with threats and so forth. So what I've done is gathered up more names that if you weren't in the first batch to go out to cease and desist, you can guarantee you're going to be in the second batch. And what I'm going to do is to continue to add to this until every single one of you that don't know how to watch your mouth, stay in your own lane, and leave AD alone is done.
Say what?
What I'm going to do is to continue to add to this until every single one of you that don't know how to watch your mouth, stay in your own lane, and leave AD alone is done. Did I make myself clear?
All right, write it down. Watch your mouth. Stay in your lane. Leave AD alone. Maybe if AD would stop exploiting murders for money, there would be no need to call him out. That's just a thought. Just a thought. See, we have unhappy people here, Chin Chin. We have a very unhappy crew over here. Careful, you might get sucked up my cartoon nostril here. It's illegal. I'm over 60. Cartoon underpants. It's illegal. They're calling out that I didn't follow up and pay to follow up with cease and desist. It's illegal. Good God. Yeah, why'd you leave, Bubbles? Chin, chin, chin. Chin, 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 chinnery. Are you disappointed, Amber? I'm sure I could send it off. I'm sure Cluck Cluck Head, Caca Tits over there. I could send it along for you. Good girl. Fucking threatening all of YouTube with cease and desist. Oh my. So there we have it. There we have our, did he send me a counterfeit cease and desist? No. Was the bullshit in the cease and desist bullshit? Yes. He can't back any of his bullshit up. That part is counterfeit. The Vinny and the Chitty Show. Was it a secret coded sunflower mental email? Yeah. Does it have 2 middle fingers? The Vinny and Chitty Show. Da dun dun dun. Da dun dun dun. Yeah, so again, did Armchair Detective send me a counterfeit cease and desist? Nope. It was real. everything he told Duncan Lewis that was contained in that cease and desist was counterfeit and bullshit. Ongoing investigation. Good Lord. Breaching data privacy protection by taking my personal details that were given to you by YouTube for the purpose of pursuing litigation for copyright strikes, not litigation for cease and fucking desist, you pervy fraud. Nice try. And you're not going to be able to, I'm dyslexic, I didn't know which litigation it that. No, you have full on, not just my privacy you've breached. Any other creator, anybody else, hi Louise Brown, anybody else that got a cease and desist, you fucking struck us all. You and Chin Chin Marie there struck us all when your book released so you could get our personal details so you could send us these. That is gaining misinformation by deception. That fucking negates your stupid fucking cease and desist. Never mind the fact that you have no evidence other than manufactured evidence, which wouldn't stand up in court anyway. That negates your fucking piece of shit cease and desist. And number 3, there is no ongoing investigation because I never threatened you in any way, shape, or form. There's an ongoing investigation, then you need to be providing me not manufactured, because again, that won't stand up in court either. Officer rank, caller number, station, crime reference number, and you have to come sue me in Canada. So the data privacy protection breach on its own, yeah. You have no evidence of your very severe malicious claims whatsoever. Just because you want it to be so, Alan, doesn't make it so. So just because you keep saying a lie doesn't make it any less of a lie. All right, guys, so I'm going to wrap it up here. That is our hump day, Wednesday hump day. Since we have a pervy fraud that says he doesn't drink because, I don't know, he has what is it? Pancreatitis? Fucking looks half fucking cocked half the time anyways. I'm going to close out with a lovely little rendition of Rupert Holmes' Escapade. No, that was the first song. That was the intro song by Janet Jackson. Rupert Holmes' Escape, the Pina Colada song. Guys, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Take care. I'll see you soon.
she walked in the place. I knew her smile in an instant. I knew the curve of her face. It was my lovely lady, and she said, oh, it's you. Then we laughed for a moment, and I said, I never knew